Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, Simon Taylor!
All right, let's talk about Muslims. So, there's been a lot of tension with the Muslim community. Where did that come from, America? Sorry, that's the wrong inflection. Where did that come from? America. And I've been reading the Twitter feed, and a lot of hateful tweets coming up. Muslims should go back to where they came from. We should block Muslims. But as I'm reading my feed, sir, I saw a random tweet come up from funfacts.com. And it said, fun fact, mosquitoes have killed more people than all wars in history, which I think we can all agree is a pretty fun fact. Listen to how much fun we're having with that. And I read that and I thought, well, what are these haters doing? Mosquitoes are the real enemy. Because I don't know about you guys, but I've never been bitten by a Muslim. Like, never. Not once. I've never been in bed at night trying to get to sleep with the Muslim man just going, Allah Akbar. Get out of here, Ahmed. Mosquitoes are the real enemy. Not all mosquitoes. The majority are decent, hard-working mosquitoes. Just the extreme ones that make the others look bad. Fucking mozzies. So... Stop it. A little while ago we had the Reclaim Australia rallies. Now, I have a problem with the Reclaim Australia rally on a number of levels. First of all, who calls it Australia anymore? We don't say the A. Do we? What do we say? Australia. Hold on to the A. Just say Australia, because you use that A for other things. Like turning a statement into a question. It's pretty good. A, that's where you use it. Okay? We do that all the time in our language. If you have a friend named Rob and a friend named Steve, don't say good day, Rob and Steve. We're Australians. Hold those O's. Just say g'day, Robbo, Steve-o. That's where you use them. So first of all, should be reclaim Australia, technically. And second of all, what do you mean reclaim? Right? It's very insulting to Indigenous Australians. And also, Australia's a mix of every culture. We've got so much here. The Australian language comes from English and Chinese. Chinese have been here for hundreds of years. You can hear it. Like English is a flat tone language, like hello. Chinese is tonal, like ni hao, down and up. You put them together, you get Australian. Oh, yeah, Australia. There is nothing to reclaim. We've got so much of that. We've got the Italo-Australian accent. That's unique to us. Beautiful. I'm half Italian. I heard it trickle in to our language. Started with Italian, trickled into broken English, then became Italo-Australian. Check it out. Ciao, mi chiamo Simone. Che bella giorno. So great to be here in Australia. Start a small business and mate, if you want a good deal, come see me. Like it trickled in. You've heard it? You know what's up. Bit of that. Not just Italian, Greeks do that accent as well. Man, where you going? Mate, what are you doing? Don't worry about the economy, mate. Have a souvlaki, mate. Don't even worry. Our Lebanese friends do that as well. Loch, what are you doing, bro? Loch, where you going? Same accent, just with the Arabic sound. You know that sound? That's a good sound. It's in Star Wars. You've seen Star Wars? Darth Vader's like... He's not breathing, he's speaking Arabic. That's what that is. And when I was growing up, all the cool kids at school spoke in that ethnic accent. But at home, we spoke very white Australian. So I was conflicted. I didn't know what my identity was. I'd be on the phone to my friends like, nah, bro, loch, I want to come out. No, dude, I want to come out. I just got to ask my mum. Mother, may I please go out with my friends? No, she's breaking my balls. I swear to God, bro, I want to... And because of this white image of Australia, when I hit 18, I stopped using the ethnic accent because I thought it wasn't appropriate socially, which is such a shame. I wish I didn't. I wish I kept doing it. But I kept it in my back pocket for 10 years. And I didn't need my ethnic accent until recently when I got into a car accident. I hit the back of a Toyota SUV and I damaged the rear bumper. Now you have to understand, first of all, that my car cost me $500. It is cheaper to buy my car than it is to get a tattoo of my car. So when I got the bill from his insurance company saying you have to pay $1,500 for a rear bumper, I'm like, I could buy you 3 cars for that. And I had to pay it out of pocket because I didn't have insurance, okay? So I'm calling panel beaters and they're all saying the same thing. Nah, sorry, mate, it's going to be $1,500. Toyota SUV, mate, nah, $1,500. But the last panel beater I needed to call answered the phone like this. Hello, Joey's panel beaters, how can I help you? So I reached into my back pocket, pulled out my trusty ethnic accent. I said, Joey, my friend, mate, I'm having a bit of trouble with a Toyota rear bumper. My insurance company wants to charge me $1,500. He says, mate, sounds like a bit of bullshit. Joey, it's totally bullshit, mate. This insurance company, they're breaking my balls. He goes, mate, what are you talking about? I'm a bloody panel beater, mate. I wake up, they break my balls. I come to work, they break my balls. Mate, I didn't realise I had this many balls. I said, Joe, I don't know what to do, mate. He goes, mate, are you Italian? I go, mate, I'm totally Italian. He goes, mate, you sound Italian. I said, mate, you sound Italian. He goes, mate, well, I'll tell you what are you going to tell me, Joe? Mate, I'll tell you what are you going to tell me, Joe? Mate, I'll tell you what are you going to tell me? Mate, I'll tell you what are you going to tell me? Mate, I'll tell you what. $600, no worries. Boom! Thank you, Joey. Yes. Yes. It is good to have insurance, but fuck, it's good being Italian. So it worked out for me. I think it's a good thing to learn another language. I wish I could learn another language now. Like, it's difficult, I know, but we should do it. Because the second most spoken language in this country is Mandarin. But only 2% of people speak it. Isn't that crazy? 80% English, 2% Mandarin. That's unbelievable. We should get in on Mandarin. It's a fun language. China's right there. They're going to own us eventually. Let's learn now. Because in Mandarin, one word can have different meanings depending on the tone. Yes? Right? Ma means mother, for example. But ma, going down like that, ma, means scold. So if a mum scolds you, it's like ma, ma. But if 2 mums scold, it's like ma, ma, ma. But if 3 mums scold, it's like ma, 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 ma. What a great language. Isn't that fun? Speaking symphonies. That's a dumb joke. But here's another one. Japanese, one word can have a whole philosophy behind it. In Japan, wabi-sabi means beauty in imperfection. Philosophy. In Japan, the word age-atore means looking shitter after a haircut. Philosophy. It's hard to learn another language. You've got to be vulnerable. You've got to be immature, I think, to learn another language. Like, who speaks Greek here? Give us a yeah. Okay, what a diverse society we have. 3 people. But who knows the word Malacca? Oh, heaps more. That's strange. Because you learnt it when you were young and immature and you wanted to learn the Greek word for wanker. That's what it is. Because when I was at school, we loved it. Because every time a Greek teacher would come in, we'd be like, Miss, could I please go to Malacca? It's so dumb. It's so dumb. But it helps you learn. Because now I know one word in Swedish, and you will never forget this word when I tell you. Because you're going to let yourself be immature. If you get on a train in Sweden and go to the final station in Swedish is slut station. Slut, spelled S-L-U-T. Now, you will never forget that's the final station because it's where everyone gets off. So you've got that forever. All right. I'm going to tell you some stories now about personal identity. First one takes place in a little city called Adelaide. The response is overwhelming. I was in Adelaide at a pub called the Marion. Sticky floors, that's about it. But I had just done a gig there. Now, sometimes after gigs, women come up and talk to me, which I encourage. Madam. And this woman came up and approached me. She had blonde hair to about here, fair skin. She looked like she could be like a model, like for Kmart. And she, you know, like wholesome wife material. And she said, hey, you're really funny tonight. My name's Jessica. Can I buy you a drink? And I thought, yeah, that's great. She can buy me a drink and then I'll buy her a drink. And then she'll buy me a drink and then I'll buy her a drink and then maybe I'll kiss her on the face. That'll be fun. And then we'll make out and all night and then maybe we'll go home together and do some sex on each other and then maybe in the morning we'll go out for brunch and we'll have smashed avocado. That'll be fun. And then while I'm here in Adelaide, you know, maybe we could see each other. She could be my sort of Adelaide girlfriend. And then I'll move back to Melbourne. And of course, I've got to go back to Melbourne. She'll come and visit me. That'd be fun. Or maybe we can keep in contact over Skype. But eventually, she'll come to Melbourne and she'll find a job there because that's where they are. And she'll say, hey, let's just go for it. And we'll find a place together, inner city suburbs, maybe like Carlton North. We'll have a little veggie patch out back and we can grow organic veggies, not because we know the difference between normal veggies and organic veggies, just so we can tell our friends that we grow organic veggies. And then we'll be together for a couple of years and I'll buy her a puppy. It'll be blonde and have spiky hair and it licks everything, so we'll call it Miley Cyrus. Because we have a shared sense of humor in pop culture. And the years will go by and one day she'll come up to me with a pregnancy test and I'll have a little square in it that goes pink and then she'll be like, I'm pregnant, and I'll be so overjoyed and she'll cry tears of joy that seep through my shirt onto my skin and I'll feel so close to her and she'll get a big belly and her waters will break and I'll rush her to hospital and I'll hold her hand and she'll have a baby and it'll be a girl and we'll name her Marion after the pub we met at, the Marion. So when she says, can I buy you a drink? I think, yeah, I'd love to have kids. So we're hanging out, having a drink, flirting a little bit. And this tall dude that is from her friends group comes over. He's got long hair across his face and he keeps flicking it back. He's got those really big earrings. And he comes over, he goes, sup, Jess, what's going on, babe? Having a good time, Jess, what's up? What's going on, what are you doing? Yes, what are you doing? I'm not sure if he has a twitch or he's really cool, I don't know. And he starts talking to Jessica and kind of takes her away from me and I'm like, oh, what, hey, I'm Simon, trying to get into the friends group. And he goes, oh, sup, bro? I'm Jared. And as I shake his hand, I realize there's a bit of tension between us. He is obviously into Jessica. I'm into Jessica, right? He's taller than me, so I got to be at least 2-3 inches funnier than him. But I think I'd say something nice to him, right? Just try to break the ice, be friendly. And I look down at his arm, and on his forearm, he's got a massive tattoo of a dragon. So I say, hey man, cool tattoo. He goes, oh, thanks, bro. It's a traditional Japanese dragon. It's traditional. And I thought, is it? I'm all for multiculturalism, but is it traditional? Like, is it a traditional Japanese dragon if you get it from some guy named Spiros in inner city Melbourne? Like, is that a traditional... Like, can you say, hey, like my Nikes, traditional Chinese shoe. Been making them since they were kids. But I didn't say that. I wanted to be cool. So I said, yeah, cool, man. And kept chatting to Jessica. And I'm thinking, this guy's way taller than me. He's way more attractive than me. He's got way more style than me. And I'm worried. I'm worried I'm not even in the game. But then Jessica pipes up with a game changer and she says, hey, do you guys want to go smoke some weed? I think, oh no, I'm out. Because I've never done weed before in my life. Right? Just not yet, right? I'm not doing drugs yet. Like, I just see young people at music festivals going off and popping pills. I'm like, you don't need that. I visited my grandfather at a nursing home. I'm like, this is where the pills should go. Give old Margaret a pinger. She can't even get to her Earl Grey. So I'm there, Jessica's there, Jared's there. Jessica says, hey, do you guys want to go smoke some weed? I'm thinking, oh no, I'm out of the game. But then Jared pipes up first. He goes, oh no, thanks, babe. It's not really my thing. I'm like, wow, what a fucking loser. So I'm like, it's okay, Simon. You can just compromise a little bit on this. Just go for an adventure. Just go out there, have some fun, smoke some weed. So I say, yeah, Jess, I'll go do some weed. Yeah, whatevs. So I go outside with Jessica and we leave Jared behind. Yes! Jessica and I step outside into the parking lot of the Marion Hotel. She rolls up a joint, smokes it so sexily. Passes it over to me. I've never smoked weed in my life. But I grab the joint. I'm like, I should be able to do this. Oh! Good weeds! It's great weeds, Jessica. I just went from smoky to happy to like dead in a second. And at this point, I didn't think I could kiss her on the face because I wasn't sure I had one anymore. I'm such a lightweight. She goes, so what do you want to do? Do you want to go hang out? I'm like, nah. I've got too many feet. Got way too many feet to hang out. And she says, well, do you want to hang out tomorrow? A bunch of us are going to the Adelaide Fringe and we're going to go to the onesie party. Do you want to wear a onesie? And I thought, no. I'd feel like an idiot wearing a onesie. You don't have to do this, all right? Just tell her you're not interested. So I looked at her boobs and I said, I will see you at the onesie party, Jessica. So the next day in Adelaide, I go out and I buy a lion onesie because I'm manly. And if you don't know, a onesie is this kind of felt suit that zips all the way up to the top, and some have an animal hoodie, and I had a lion. So I go to the Adelaide Fringe where there are rides and there are food stalls and there's a big tent and there's all sorts of people in onesies. And I go inside the onesie tent and there are people in dog onesies and cat onesies and gazelle onesies. And I walk in my lion onesie and I look across the room and there under the lights is Jessica. And she's not wearing an animal onesie. She's wearing a tight silk red onesie. And I thought, oh my God, she's gone from like Kmart to Target like that. She's beautiful. She's glorious. And I walk up to her feeling the confidence of a lion. And from around her shoulder, I say, sup bro, what's going on, man? What's happening? I'm like, oh, hey, Jared. And he's not wearing a onesie. He's wearing a singlet and jeans. I'm like, Jared, it's a onesie party. What are you doing? Where's your onesie? He goes, oh, bro, It's not really my thing. And I think, get a fucking thing, Jared. Because I'm there, right? I'm there with him. Jared's there all cool with his cool hair and his cool face and his singer. Jessica's there all sexy in a sexy onesie, and I'm there. Rah. Jessica's like, hey, do you guys want to go on one of the rides? I'm like, no, I hate rides. They make me feel sick. Jared's like, yeah, I'll go on a ride. I'm like, damn it, it's one of his things. So we walk outside to where all the rides are in Adelaide Fringe. And there's this big ride called the Hard Rock, and it's a big circle of chairs. And Jared sits down, and Jessica sits down, and then I sit down. And the pads come down, and it starts spinning around in a circle like that. Now, I get nauseous going through revolving doors, so I'm not in my element. And then the ride starts swinging from side to side as well. Now, I start to feel my food creep up on me right away. I had a spinach and cheese pie for dinner. You know, lion food. And everyone's having fun, right? Jared's like, woo, this is awesome. Jessica's like, oh my God, this is so much fun. I'm not having fun, but I don't want them to think I'm not having fun, so I have to make fun sounds like, woo, this is the best fun in the... And my food creeps up on me right into my esophagus. I'm freaking out. I'm like, oh no, hold it down, hold it down. You're a lion. You're a goddamn lion, hold it down. And the ride starts to slow down. I'm like, you got this, hold it down, Jesus, hold it down. And the ride comes to a stop. I take a deep breath, my food settles, I'm like, yes, I made it. And then Jessica says, woo, that was awesome. Do you guys want to go again? Yeah, I want to go again. Fuck yeah, let's go again! So the ride starts going round and round and round, swing from side to side. I can't hold my food this time. It shoots straight up my esophagus, straight to my throat. I'm freaking out. I don't want to vomit on Jessica, but I'm thinking, I don't know how to angle it, so it just hits Jared. It comes right into my mouth, right to the tip of my tongue. I'm freaking out. I do the last possible thing I could think of. I grab the top of my onesie and just go, blah, 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 fuck you, Jared. Blah, blah. This is a true story. The photo's on Facebook. Blah, blah. Just a bag of vomit flailing through the air. Roar. I know. The ride comes to a stop and the pads come up and I quickly get off. I go back behind the fence and I lie down in the grass under a tree in my bile and shame. And people in gazelle onesies come by and I'm like, rah, 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 and they run off into the Sahara. And as I'm lying there, I hear someone come through the fence. I'm like, oh, please don't be Jessica. Jesus, if you're the real God. Please, I'll do anything. Don't be Jessica. Buddha, if you're the real one, I'll give you all the fruit you want. Just Allah, if you're the real one. Dude, I'll keep growing my beard, whatever you need. Just please don't be Jessica. And I look up and I saw a silhouette. Now, I don't know who answered my prayers, but all I saw was, hey bro, you doing all right? I'm like, no, Jared! Just vomited into myself. Rides always make me feel sick. It's like, bro, if rides always make you feel sick, then why'd you come on the ride? I'm like, because I want Jessica to have my babies. Idiot. I said, I just tagged along, even though I didn't want to, because, I just wanted to get close to Jessica. He said, oh, bro. Can I tell you something, bro? See this traditional Japanese dragon? A couple of years ago, bro, I lived in Japan with my girlfriend. I was with her a whole year. On our first anniversary, I went out and got this traditional Japanese dragon to show her I was willing to be part of her life and her culture. 2 days later, bro, she broke up with me. Now I live with a reminder never to do anything that's not my thing. And as I lay there, feeling my stomach acid seep into my toes, I thought, Jared's right, what am I doing? And in that moment, I vowed to myself never to do anything that's not my thing. Jared bent down, grabbed me by the paw, pulled me up, put his arm around me and said, come on, bro, let's go get a beer. And I thought, I don't really like beer. But fuck it, if Jared's getting one, I'm in. So the second story about identity takes place in my Mitsubishi Magna 1990 wagon. Yeah, I'm a sex god. And that is an old car. That car is so fun to drive because it has character. I feel sorry for people with a new car. Man, Mitsubishi Magna 1990 wagon. Does it work? Not all the time, but it's exciting. Most car engines sound like my car engine sounds like trying to get an old man off the couch. Come on, buddy, let's go. Oh. Come on, mate. Oh, yeah. Come on, mate, we gotta go. Oh, yeah, all right, fucking hell. Yeah, I'm coming. Fuck my back. Oh, shit. Oh, my toes. Oh. I got a doctor's appointment. So, I'm driving my Mitsubishi Magna 1990 wagon from a small country town called Mildura in Victoria. Okay? Anyone from a country town? Give us a yeah who grew up in a country town? All right, cool, excellent. Country people are a little bit nicer than city people. Yes? Yes? Just a little bit nicer. Because if your car breaks down in the city, which mine does, people don't stop in the city. They're like, I'm too busy. No, I got life, and life's important. I got to tweet, and I got Pilates on, and Netflix, right? But if your car breaks down in the country, back me up, country people, first car that comes by, someone will stop, they will get out and go, mate, do you need a hand? Next car that comes by, someone will stop, get out, go, mate, do you need a hand? Giving him a hand. Next car that comes by, mate, do you need a hand? Giving him a hand, giving him a hand. All of a sudden, the whole town's there. They build you a new town, you become mayor. It's a great experience. Country people are nicer. So I'm driving back from Mildura to Melbourne. It's about 5 hours. Now, I'm only half an hour out of Mildura and I get a flat tyre. But that's okay. I'm an adult. I'm a modern man. I know what to do. I pull over, I get out of the car, I get my phone out and I Google, how do you change a flat tyre? But there was no reception. So what I did then was I sat down to die. Even if I found food, I'd be like, yeah, but I can't Instagram it now. Why even eat it? I think I'm not an idiot. I should be able to work this out, okay? I've seen it in the movies. So I go to the boot, I find the car jack. I'm like, yes, I know what to do with this. I put it under the car, I jack the car up, I stand on the roof, I hold my phone in the air going, come on, reception. This'll help. And I'm trying to change the tyre, right? I'm trying to crack the nuts, but the wheel keeps turning. That's the sound of someone who knows how to change a tyre. You don't do that. Shut up. But as I'm trying to do this old, rickety ute comes down the road, country town, pulls over, out steps a bloke. And I mean a bloke. You know those guys who are so full of testosterone, they can't form words anymore? They just breathe at you. They're like, oh, mate. Mate, I tell you what. I'll bloody tell you what. And then they don't fucking tell you anything. Those guys, right? So this bloke steps out of the car, sweating beer. Red Holden hat on that looks older and dustier than him. He was probably born straight into that hat. Just, there you go, grow into that, son. His skin had been replaced with leather, but just to about here. And he said, "G'day, mate. I'm Bruce." The name Bruce charged through the air with so much masculine intensity, it turned me into a southern woman from the 1900s. Oh, my Bruce. Thank God you found me. I was ever so scared, Bruce. I thought I'd be eaten by wallabies. Says, mate, what you've done here is you jack the car up before you crack the nuts. You've got to put it down first. He starts doing it. I'm there just going, Amazing Grace. He changes the tyre with his bare fingers, gives me a pat in the back, says, "On you, mate. I've got to get home to the missus." I said, "Oh, you have a wife." How disappointing, Bruce. You may have fixed my car, but you've broken my heart. And he drove off into the night. Now, I'm a heterosexual male, but in that moment, I just thought, I need a man like Bruce in my life. So I flattened the other 3 tyres and waited for another one. I had to keep rolling, so I get back in the car and I take the wrong way, and I realise it's dark now, it's late, I've got to pull into the nearest country town, stay there for the night. And I pull in to a little Australian country town called Swan Hill. Give us a yeah if you've heard of Swan Hill. Yeah. All right, for those who have never heard of Swan Hill, allow me to paint a picture for you, okay? Just clear your minds. That's Swan Hill. So, you got it. So I pull into the main road of Swan Hill, aka the road. And it's a perfect example of multicultural Australia. There's a town hall that was built 150 years ago, probably by English and Chinese settlers during a rush of some gold or tin or something. Next to that, Chinese restaurant. Next to that, Vietnamese grocer. Next to that, Italian deli. Next to that, American restaurant, aka McDonald's. Next to that, Irish pub. And I'm like, this is a beautiful little country town. I pull into the Irish pub, I go inside, no one's there. Except for one woman behind the bar. Long brown hair and a ponytail, right, apron on. She says, "Oh, g'day. Haven't seen you here before. What's your name?" I'm like, "Oh, hey, I'm Simon." And she said, "Good on you, Simon." I hadn't done anything. How low is the bar in Swan Hill that knowing your own name deserves positive affirmation? She said, "Welcome to Swanee, mate. Here's a beer on the house." Country hospitality, but I don't like beer. But I didn't want to offend her, so I just grabbed that bloody beer and I said, "Thanks, Shirley. Cheers." That's an acquired taste, isn't it? The bubbles hurt my nose. She said, the steak's good tonight, mate. I'll go get you a steak. She runs into the kitchen. I didn't have time to tell her, I'm a vegetarian. So she comes out proud as punch with a steak, puts it in front of me. I eat all the chips, I eat all the salad. But there's no one else in this pub. So she's there just looking at me. I made that for you. Thanks, Shirley. Delicious. Take a bite. Tastes like murder, but thank you. Thank you so much. And I pay Shirley. I head outside, I get back into my car. And as I'm driving down the main road of Swan Hill, I'm thinking, why do I feel so out of place in my own country? Isn't that strange? And as I drive down the main road of Swan Hill, I look up on my right and I see a sign that says Barrels Nightclub. I'm like, what? Swan Hill has a nightclub? I didn't even think they'd have a fire hydrant. So I get excited. I'm like, I'm going to go to the nightclub. This is amazing. I go to a motel, I check in, I put a nice shirt on. You've got to dress up for a nightclub. And I strut down the main road of Swan Hill, ready to dance. Now, I'm excited now because up until this point, I'd felt out of place in this country town. But now, I can show off a little bit and make some friends in this nightclub. Because when I was 15, I went to underage nightclubs. I'm a city boy. I know how to dance. I learned the Melbourne Shuffle. Now, for those who don't know the Melbourne Shuffle, I'll take you through the 3 steps. Okay, step number 1 is a classic dance move that many of us know called Big Fish, Little Fish, Cardboard Box. Classic of nightclub dancing. For those who don't know, I'll demonstrate it. Music, please. Easy, easy. Step 1. It's an old dance move, been around for a long time. Step 2, you couple that with duck face. Check it out. Step 2 of the Melbourne Shuffle. Step 3, the shuffle. You move your feet. Here we go. That's the Melbourne Shuffle. That's how you do it. So you can imagine my confidence going in a Barrels nightclub, Swan Hill. I'm about to take over this town. I'm walking in with my chest out and my chin up high. And as soon as I get in a Barrels nightclub, I go, shit. I'm overdressed. I'm wearing pants. All the guys there are in thongs and jeans, singlet. They got their sunnies on their heads because you never know when the sun's coming out. You never know. And none of the guys are dancing. I'm like, how are you meant to show your masculinity if you don't dance? Makes no sense. So I realized I can't go dance by myself. I have to stand around. But you don't want to look creepy, okay? You need to lean. Okay, this is creepy. But with a lean, you become cool. So I go over to the bar, I pop a little lean, and I knock over someone's beer. And this tall guy, spiky hair, rat tail, singlet, tats, everywhere. Turns around and goes, "Oi, mate, that was my beer, mate." I'm like, "I'm so sorry, mate. I'll buy you another one." He goes, "I don't want another one. I want my beer." I don't think you know how physics works. He goes, "Mate, don't be smart, mate. I'll punch you in the..." and face if you want to come around here to Swanee with your pants and your shirt. I'll show you a thing or two about because you don't even, you, mate, existentialism, because you can't, mate, you poofter. Now, he said he was going to punch me in the face, but I'm such a city boy, I just thought, well, poofter's not very PC, is it, sir? Can we be respectful to minorities? He says, mate, I'll go ya. I'm like, I don't know how to go him. What am I going to big fish, little fish him to death? Like, what am I going to do? I've never learned to fight. And this guy pushes me. This terror runs down my spine. I have no idea what I'm going to do. But when this happens, this woman, the saviour, slides in between us. She has black hair, fair skin, black blouse, jeans, thongs, amazing. And she turns to him and says, "Oi, Dale, why don't you just cough?" The voice of an angel. And Dale, it's off. She goes, "Sorry about him, he's a bit of a dickhead." I'm like, "Oh, that's all cool, we had it under control." "Oh my God, thank you." She goes, "I'm Sarah." I'm like, "Oh, I'm Simon." She says, "Good on you, Simon." I'm on a bloody win streak here. She goes, "What are you doing in Swanee?" I'm like, I got a flat tyre just out of Mildura, so I changed it all by myself and thought I'd stay in Swanee for the night." She goes, "Oh, well, do you want to come have a dance?" I said, "Sarah, I thought you'd never bloody ask." The music started playing. She said, "What are you doing?" I said, "Oh, that's the Melbourne Shuffle. Did it not make it out here?" "No." She goes, "Just dance like the rest of us, eh?" I said, "Sarah, what am I meant to do with my hands?" She goes, "You need a beer, I'll get you a beer." Thanks. And we stepped the night away, it was beautiful. Now, as I'm dancing with Sarah, I realised sometimes you have to unlearn some things to be able to connect with people, and that was cool. And I was having such a great night with her, and I was relaxing into a country town. And as the night slowed down, Sarah and I found ourselves outside of Barrel's nightclub. And she said, "Where are you staying tonight?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm just down the road at one of the motels." She goes, "Oh, I'll walk you home." I'm like, "It's a good idea." You know, protection. And we walk down the main road of Swan Hill. We walk to the motel. We walk into the motel. We walk into my room. We sit on my bed. There's Sarah sitting right next to me. And I'm thinking, oh my God, is Sarah going to take me as a lover? I'm not ready. I'm not ready for this. And I look over and Sarah starts to rub her leg. And I'm like, oh my God, that's a signal. I read that in Cleo. But as I look closely, Sarah wasn't actually rubbing her legs. She was reaching into her pocket. And she pulled out a little bag of what I now know is crystal meth. Now you have to understand, I'm an inner city hipster. I've never seen that before in my life. So my honest first thought was, what is she doing with Himalayan rock salt? Where's the smashed avocado, Sarah? I don't know what we're going to sprinkle that on. And she politely said, "Want some meth?" And that's a confronting question because I thought, I don't know, I've had a steak, I've had a beer. How big a jump's meth? I'm not sure if you've ever been faced with that question, but you have to assess your values really quickly. Like, what do I value more? Looking cool in front of a cool chick or teeth? Teeth are one of my core values. Been in my family a long time. So I said, "No thanks, Sarah. It's not really my thing." And she said, "What a fucking loser." And she's like, "Well, whatevs. Maybe you could just drive me home then." And I was like, "Meh. I thought we were going to make out on the bed. Meh." So we walk out to my Mitsubishi Magna 1990 wagon. She gets in the passenger side, I get behind the wheel, and I go to start the engine, and it makes a sound. Nah. Nah. Come on, mate, we gotta go. Yeah, nah. Said, "Sorry, Sarah, give me a sec." I pop the hood, I go around, I look under the bonnet, like I would know what to do. Looking at this maze of pipes and wires. Sarah ducks her head out the window and says, "Sounds like one of the spark plugs is broken." I'm like, "Yeah, I was thinking that as well." "Siri, what's a spark plug?" Sarah jumps out of the car. She starts going through the fuses and goes, "Oh, one of these fuses is broken." She goes around to the driver's side, finds a spare fuse. "I didn't know I had one of those." She replaces it, goes to the wheel, starts the engine. "Oh yeah, I feel better." Oh. For a second there, I thought she was going to rip her face off and go, "It's Bruce! Mate, it was me the whole time! You're a great dancer, mate! Have some beer and meth, get it up ya!" If only. We go back in the car. She directs me to her house. We pull into the driveway. I'm sitting there not sure what to do. She's about to get out, and I think, you know what? I don't care if I'm not blokey bloke. I don't care if I'm not a manly man. I'm confident with who I am. I might not be able to fix a car. But you know what? I'm going in for the kiss. She goes, "You're cute, Simon, but you're not really my type." I was like, "Meh." "I get it, you're into, manly men." She said, "No, silly. Women." I said, "You have to admit, Sarah, I'm pretty close. I'm pretty close for country standards." She said, "You don't know much about the country, do you?" I'm like, "No, I don't. I don't know what's going on here. I don't know how to eat a steak. I don't know how to dance in your clubs. I don't know how to change a tyre. But I do know that the crystal meth thing's it's not a good idea." And I thought maybe that was a bit condescending. That was a bit, snooty to say, because she went quiet. Opened the door, gave me a quick peck on the cheek, went inside, and I never saw her again. And about 5 months later, I'm back home in Melbourne, and I go to start my beloved Mitsubishi Magna 1990 wagon, and it makes no sound. I check the fuses, everyone calm down. And a mechanic came around and says, "Nah, sorry, mate, she's gone, you may as well call the wreckers. It's going to cost about $1,000 if you want to fix it." I'm like, "Nah, I'll just buy 2 more." So I call the wreckers. As the wreckers are on their way, I say goodbye to my beloved car. I'm cleaning out the car, the back seat, the bottles and the receipts and the memories. And I clean under the passenger side and I find a little bag of crystal meth. Now, I don't know if Sarah accidentally dropped it. I don't know if maybe my words got to her and she did the right thing and left it. The more I travel, the more I realise I don't know much. But I can tell you this from the bottom of my heart. A crystal meth does not go well with smashed avocado. Thank you so much. I'll leave you on this story. When I was 8 years old, I was on school camp and there was a talent competition. And at 8 years old, I thought, I'm going to be a comedian. And I got on stage in front of all the other 8-year-olds and I told my first ever joke on stage. And none of them laughed. Except for one teacher who lost her shit. And I remember it, at 8 years old, I thought to myself, if I tell a joke and just one person laughs, I'll be happy. How wrong I was. I'm Simon Taylor. Thank you so much for coming out, guys.